On behalf of the students, staff, and Cornwall Lebanon community, I would like to begin this community forum by remembering the victims of Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School. On Wednesday, February 14th, a gunman killed 17 people, and my classmates and I would like to take a few minutes to honor the victims. The following biographies were adapted from information found on NBC News. Let us remember Alyssa Al-Hadef, age 14, student. Alyssa wanted to become a lawyer as well as a professional soccer player. She was a loved and well-respected member of Parkland Soccer Club and community.
Let us remember Scott Beagle, age 35, geography teacher and cross-country coach. Mr. Beagle was one of the several adults at the school who died while protecting students from streams of gunfire. He was shot and killed when he unlocked his classroom door in order to allow students to take refuge from the gunman. He was mortally wounded while trying to relock the door.
Let us remember Martin Duque Anguiano, age 14, student. Martin was described as a very funny kid, outgoing, and sometimes really quiet. According to his brother's Instagram post, he will be sadly missed by family, but they know he is in a better place.
Let us remember Nicholas Dorette, age 17. Student Nicholas was a swimmer at the school who had committed to competing at the college level at the University of Indianapolis. At the beginning of February, he was named a second-team All-County swimmer in Broward County for his 100-yard freestyle time. His brother Alexander was grazed by a bullet in the back of the head. He had dreamed of making the Olympic swim team and competing and going to 2020 Olympics in Tokyo, and that he believed he could accomplish anything as long as he tried his best.
Let us remember Aaron Fias, age 37, assistant coach, football coach, and security guard. Coach Fias died while using his body to shield students from bullets as the gunman opened fire. He was a Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School alum and former football player who was beloved protector of those in the community. When he was killed tragically and humanely, he did protecting others. The kids in the community loved him. They adored him. He was a phenomenal man.
Let us remember Jamie Guttenberg, age 14, student. Guttenberg was a dancer who was described as the life of the party. She was a daughter and sister. Guttenberg's Facebook page has been made into a memorialized account and features photos of her posing with friends and family.
Let us remember Christopher Hickson, age 49, athletic director, wrestling coach, and security specialist. Hickson came from a family with an extensive background in the military and served in the U.S. Navy. He also was a huge influence on the school's wrestling team and was killed while patrolling the school's campus as part of his job as security specialist.
Let us remember Luke Hoyer, age 15, a student. Luke was described as a good kid who never got in trouble by his grandparents who live in South Carolina. His uncle, Tony Brownlee, also posted about his death on Facebook. This has devastated our family and we're all in shock and disbelief. Our hearts are broken. Luke was a beautiful human being and greatly loved.
Let us remember Kara Longran, age 14, student. Kara was a beach lover and a dancer whose death was deeply felt by her aunt, Lindsay Fontana. She wrote on a Facebook post, "While your thoughts are appreciated, I beg you to do something. This should not have happened to our niece Kara, and it cannot happen to other people's families."
Let us remember Gina Montalto, 14, student. Gina's family described her as a hardworking student with a keen sense of humor who melted each heart with an infectious smile that lit up a room. She was a kind spirit, always eager to lend a helping hand. Gina was also a member of Douglas's Winter Guard on the school's state champion marching band, which was scheduled to perform at a regional competition in Tampa on Saturday, according to the Sun Sentinel.
let us remember Joaquin Oliver, 17, student. Joaquin was a hip-hop and sports lover who became a naturalized American citizen in January 2017 after moving to the United States from Venezuela at the age of 3. Because students often had difficulty pronouncing his name, Oliver went by the nickname Guac, short for guacamole. He was a goofball, the kind of kid you'd know that would dye his hair bleach blonde, walk around school, put some tiger stripes in, and just be unique. He was a unique soul.
Let us remember Elena Petty, 14, student. Elena was extremely devoted to her local community. She was a vibrant and determined young woman. Loved by all who knew her, Elena loved to serve.
Let us remember Meadow Pollock, 18, student. Meadow was the youngest member of her family and enjoyed spending time with her family. She had planned on attending Lynn University in Boca Raton after she graduated.
Let us remember Helena Ramsey, a 17-year-old student. She was a smart, kind-hearted, and thoughtful person. She was deeply loved and loved others. Though she was somewhat reserved, she had a relentless motivation toward her academic studies, and her soft, warm demeanor brought out the best in all who knew her. She was so brilliant and witty, and her family is still wrestling with the idea that she is actually gone. Her future plans were to attend college.
Let us remember Alexander Schachter, age 14, student. Alexander played the trombone and baritone as a member of Douglas Marching Band. His family said he was a sweetheart of a kid and survived by his heartbroken parents, 3 siblings, grandparents, and countless cousins, aunts, uncles, and friends.
Let us remember Carmen Shintrup, 16, student. Last September, Carmen was named one of 53 National Merit Scholarship Program semifinalists in the county. She was one of 10 Douglas students to qualify as a semifinalist, according to the Eagle Eye, the school's student-run news magazine. Carmen was also a piano student who had performed on Saturday at Broward College for the South Florida Music Teachers Association Spring Festival.
Let us remember Peter Wang, a 15-year-old student. Peter was a member of the JROTC program at Douglas. His cousin, Aaron Chen, told the Miami Herald that Peter was last seen wearing his uniform and holding the door open so that people could escape. He had planned on celebrating the Chinese New Year with his family.
Thank you, Officer Slotman, for coming in today. So at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, the resource officer and first police officer to respond had been ordered to stay outside by the captain. How could a similar command affect our school in that kind of situation?
Well, I can say that a similar command wouldn't be happening. Here at Cornwall-Lebanon School District, we have our own police department, and we have protocols and procedures that are set in place. And with those, Officer Trivioli and I, the officer over at the middle school, we have training from the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center, and we are trained to respond to an active threat, and we are trained to respond either as a group or by ourselves, mostly by ourselves because that's more of a reality. And we would find the threat and neutralize it. That's what we're trained to do.
That's good to know. Also, if something like this would happen at our school, how could the students and staff members be ready?
Situational awareness is the big component here. Knowing if I'm in this class, what are my ways out? Do I have windows in my class? How am I going to barricade the door? If something would happen, if one of my classmates or myself find ourselves injured during an event, how are we going to treat ourselves? Because the police officers that are responding are not going to be able to render aid. If you see something that isn't right, come say something, whether it be to a teacher, to me, to an administrator. So things like that are steps you can take, and just have that mental preparedness and be situationally aware.
Well, thank you, Officer Slotman, for coming in today. Is there anything else that you would like to tell the students?
I think the big piece is if there's something that doesn't look right, come tell somebody about it, because if I don't know about it, I can't help you and fix the problem. And that's what I'm here to do, is to help keep you all safe.
Sounds good. Thank you. Remember, if you see something, say something. Now we'll send it back over to Julius.
On behalf of the Cedar Crest student body, I would like us to come together and honor the victims of the most recent school shooting. As the future leaders in our community, I encourage and challenge all of us to contact our local and state representatives about our views on school safety. In order to begin this challenge, I encourage of us to take our phones and tweet what we as Falcons need, using hashtags such as hashtag Falcons need, hashtag address the fear, hashtag safe schools need. Tell the world what we need to make us not only feel safer, but be safer. A sampling of people to tweet to include Mrs. Malinowski, high school principal, at Mrs. Mal, principal, CLSD schools, CLSD, at CLSD_schools. Mike Fulmer, Pennsylvania State Senator who represents the 48th Senate District, at Senator Fulmer. Russ Diamond, Pennsylvania State Representative, at Russ Diamond. Frank Ryan, Pennsylvania State Representative, at F. Ryan 1951. Example tweets might be, hey, at Mrs. Mao, principal, as CCHS students, hashtag Falcons need no more bullies. Hashtag address the fear, as CCHS students, we want metal detectors. At CLSD_schools, attention, at Senator Fulmer, as CCHS students, hashtag safe schools need more police officers. You can make a difference.
My hands smell like cigars. Your breath will smell the same. If we wake up and it's still dark, will you call out my name? You tell me not to fear, but I feel so alone. 'Cause I cannot forget my dear.